The landscape of child welfare funding. Children in foster care are financially supported by federal funds. Federal support for the dependency system comes primarily through Title IV-E, Title IV-B, and the Social Service Block Grants. Title IV-E is the largest federal entitlement provided to support children in foster care. It is an uncapped source of funding to the states. Title IV-E foster care funding is guaranteed funding for all eligible children in foster care, paying the costs for keeping the child in foster care, the administrative cost associated with the child in foster care, and some training cost. It does not provide services for the child's family before or after the child is placed in foster care. Title IV-E funds cannot be used to pay for any post-reunification services for children and families, nor can they be used to pay for the support of an eligible child not removed from the home but still in agency care. Title IV-E funds cannot be used to support families identified as a permanent placement for a foster child after the child leaves foster care. Title IV-E funds cannot be applied to services provided by a child welfare agency that a judge would evaluate to make a determination of reasonable efforts as required under the Adoption and Safe Families Act, also known as ASFA. Under ASFA, judicial officers in dependency cases are required to make findings as to whether a child welfare agency has made reasonable efforts to 1. Prevent removal of the child, 2. To reunify the child with his family, and 3. To achieve permanency if reunification is impossible. If a judicial officer cannot find that the efforts were reasonable, a quote, no reasonable efforts finding is required to be made. Because Title IV-E funds for a child in foster care are directly tied to the adherence of ASFA, a quote, no reasonable efforts finding can potentially lead to Title IV-E funding being denied to an eligible child in foster care.